Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I am Josiah, and I am joined with Drunk 3PO and Black Angus Reviews. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well, my friend. Doing well.
Awesome.
Well.
How about you, Black
Gotta
Angus? Are you hanging in there?
Gotta put the black guy at the back of this chat.
It's only fitting.
No, I'm good. I'm glad to be on and looking forward to discussing this interesting last episode.
Yeah, it was indeed an interesting episode. That is for sure. So I guess we can just go ahead and start right off the bat. Let's hear what your guys' general thoughts about the episode was.
You may go first, my friend of color.
I'm
gonna tweet this out real quick.
For me, I liked the intro. And then like they gave it some time to breathe before they got, into the funny stuff. There was a moment of tension. I was like, oh crap, this is gonna go down. That's out of nowhere. And then it's like, okay, she did something else. And then it was okay, they're planning and whatnot, and a few questionable decisions. And then there was, the plot twist of the episode. I saw from a mile away. Just given how they were filming it, it was very oddly toned with the rest of it. And I'm like, oh, that'd be weird if that. It happened. And, yeah, I don't know. I was okay. I just ended weird, to say the least. Especially after episode 3, it's like I really don't like to give into the Game of Thrones haters, where they're like, oh, after season 5, the show just went to crap and blah, blah, blah. But after episode 3 and now this one following, it's like, what are they doing? So that's where I'm at.
What about you, Drunk?
Before we begin, the Game of Thrones episode 4 was sponsored by Starbucks Cappuccino. And just had to go out and get me some cappuccino before we get going, just a little sip.
What, you're not using your mug?
I don't like those paper mugs. I'm protesting paper. Porcelain, man. Porcelain. So, no.
That's not your
where's your mug?
No, my mug is are you really? All right, here we go. My mug is like on a beautiful display behind me. So,
yeah, you can
stay there.
You can shamelessly promote yourself. That's fine. Go ahead.
No, the episode, it started. Okay, so we started off with we're allowed to do spoilers, right? Like that's
yeah. Yep.
Okay, and then started off with the funeral, and the one guy, the one, man, they burned everybody up, and I was just like, man. What a sad. They just started it off so sad, and then everybody just started making out with one another. I'm just like, that's what you do at a funeral, That's my kind of funeral. You just burn all your friends alive, and then you go have sex with random people. And so I was hoping Jamie would have got beat up, and because the guy was like, he took my woman, I was like hoping for that fight, but that didn't happen. And then It was very slow for me because I'm thinking in my mind, we got 4 episodes left and we're just like, it's like there's just filler. It's like filler. You know what I'm talking about when I like filler episodes when you're just kind of like, okay, like let's get to like, I don't care anymore. Just jump into, I want to know who wins at this point. Like that's where I'm at. I want to see a fight. I did not like the dragon dying. I thought that was dumb in my opinion. I thought that was like too quick, too harsh. And they just needed a way to get rid of the dragon before the big fight.
Yeah.
And like that was like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, wow, that was really, it was just shocker, but I was really surprised. And yet they're still on this, we're killing off B characters.
Yep.
No A-listers yet. So it's coming, man. It's coming. It's definitely coming.
These last 2 episodes better be like gangbusters to make up for the season. So, oh man, the thing that I thought was kind of disappointing about this episode was the whole scene with like Bronn and stuff. Like they should have had Bronn kill one of the Lannisters. I think that would have been just a crazy thing that they could have done to I don't know. It just felt like they were just holding back again in that scene there. I just wanted more to happen. So
yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. I wanted more to happen.
Yeah. But overall, I actually really enjoyed this episode. This episode felt the most like the original kind of Game of Thrones type of feel and stuff. I like that they kind of threw in some of the like politics, sort of conniving, scheming stuff in there with like Tyrion and Varys and stuff. That's kind of what I miss about the show, is that type of stuff, and I'm glad they had some of that in there. That felt very similar to like how Game of Thrones used to be. There's I don't know, this felt like the most Game of Thrones type of episode that we've had this season so far. I thought killing the dragon was cool. I thought that was just a nice twist to put in there, just to kind of show just that these people mean business, and Drogon better watch out or he's gonna get killed as well. So I thought that was good. Them killing Missandei was good. I think that's her name, right? Missandei. Yeah. So I thought that
I thought it was a good way to
end the episode. What's that?
I always called her Black Lady.
Black Lady. Well, they killed off the Black Lady, so there you go.
Heads will roll for that one.
I saw Ava DuVernay complaining about that on Twitter today. So
seriously, the only Black Lady on the show got killed. Oh my gosh!
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. See, as a black guy who's conservative, and being on Twitter, I just love crap like that to happen now because of the outrage. Just that alone, along with Missandei and Grey Worm, it's like, okay, enough with this weird eunuch love story. I don't care. Just kill one of them and end it.
Yeah. It was a little weird. It was like, I don't know. My mind goes to weird places when I think about how they try to make things happen with that. But yeah. Let's see here. Darth Gavel, thank you for that $2 super chat. I really appreciate that. Finally made it to another live stream. Yes, you did, and I'm glad you are here. Thank you for that super chat. So let's kind of let's kind of start with the beginning of the episode and stuff. Like I thought the funeral scene was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty somber time and stuff. It was kind of funny how like the next scene after that, everyone's going off into different rooms to bang each other and stuff. I thought that was kind of hilarious. Plus, but the highlight of that whole scene was the fact that they got a Starbucks sponsor in there. That was pretty great. I'm glad they did that. That was awesome.
There was a lot of friend zone stuff going on in the beginning as well. Like, oh my gosh. See here, every time I'm on a stream, the names escape me. But the Queen's like #1 protector, the older guy, he died.
Yeah.
He finally got a kiss from her in death. So he finally broke the friend zone barrier in death.
Good job. I was like half expecting him to just like come back after being like burnt to a crisp or something, because he like always comes back for Daenerys and stuff. So I was just like expecting him to just be like, "I will still help you, Daenerys."
Yeah, and like that was, I thought I tried to look at it with a grain of salt and everything, and just just see where they were gonna pick the pieces up. I'm still like shocked that the Night King, the Winter King, is like gone. I just felt like that was just so quick.
Stupid.
I know.
You kind of like I was just kind of like hoping for like a big. I guess that's just me. I was just hoping for like a climax at the very end where everybody's fighting everybody, and then whoever's still alive sits on the throne, and that's the end of the show. That was just me. So that was kind of weird. I also felt like the female drama tension that's going on now, between the Starks and the Queen and all those things is getting a little thick. And now that like Jon Snow like said, "This is who I really am," and the Queen's like, "Don't tell nobody," because then everyone's gonna be like, "Just dump me." I'm not gonna sit on my rightful throne, and they're just gonna want you. So I kind of was like, this is where they're going. Okay, this is where they're going. This is where they're going. The tension between everyone and see who actually sits on the throne. So Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and I like the whole tension that they're doing with like the Starks versus Daenerys and stuff, but I still kind of want it to kind of pick up a little bit. Like it still feels like it's not really moving along. Like I keep on just thinking as I'm watching these episodes, okay, we only have 3 episodes left. We only have 2 episodes left, and now it's like, what? How are they going to just pay off with everything?
Yeah, in like 2 hours. They got 2 hours.
Yeah,
Like 2.5 hours basically. So where are we going?
Yeah, I feel that way too. Like I'm counting down. Like, all right, we got like 10 minutes left of this episode. You know what's going on? How are we gonna lead into the big finale? And with the whole, this season, it's weird. Josiah is really on board with this episode. I am on board with the first 2. I think those are pretty good because I didn't expect them to like throw wrenches at everyone where it's like, oh yeah, you think everyone's aligned up, well now we got tension here and there and the show's almost over. It's like they're still pulling this stuff. It's like, cool, you know, the intrigue's still going even till the end. That's fine. But with the Winterfell battle and now this, it's like I don't know where the hell they're going, and the whole pushing this female crap out of nowhere, like forcing it. It is forced, and it's making me so scared, especially since their trilogy is going to be intertwined with Ryan Johnson. It's like, oh my god, they did their own Last Jedi in Game of Thrones. Now they're going to work with their own trilogy with the Last Jedi director. It's like, oh man, it's just every episode, every minute we get closer to the end of this, I'm just like, man, it's so disappointing. I feel like Oscar in Shark Tale when he's going to win the bet on the horse race, and then the seahorse trips underwater and loses the race. That's how I feel right now. I'm like, what are they doing? This is as big as Marshawn Lynch not running the ball on the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl. Like, this is just getting crazy.
Holy crap. We have a $10 super chat from Comrade Commodore, my Michigan brother. Just hate how rushed everything has felt the last 2 seasons. We got 50 minutes of chatting, and then all of a sudden, in the span of 10 minutes, a dragon dies and people teleport everywhere. Yeah, I kind of understand what you mean by that and stuff. Yeah, I mean it's just kind of weird. Like, you know, it's like it still just kind of feels like nothing's really happening, even though there are things that are happening. It just feels like I don't know. It feels like that they're like on gear 1 right now with this entire show, or with this whole season. It's like I guess maybe it was just my expectations. I just expected this final season to be just like,
no, Josiah, don't do it. Don't do what. A lot of us were like, well, maybe it's good. I just didn't get it, you know. And you go.
No, I mean, I don't like what they're doing. I don't like what they're doing with this season and stuff. But I don't know. I thought that it was going to be totally different than what it is, which is just annoying. But thank you for that super chat, Comrade. I really appreciate that. Yeah, and it does kind of feel like they're just saving all the good stuff for like the last 10 or 5 minutes of each episode, which is just super weird. But yeah, and then Cass, thank you for that super chat as well. I appreciate that. Thank you for helping with modding the chat as well. Yeah, the thing that I thought was really weird was that there wasn't really any like repercussions or anything for what happened with the Battle of Winterfell. Like, I feel like it's just kind of all forgotten already, and they're just already just moving on. And like, this has been like one of the big buildups of the entire season, like ever since, or the whole show. Like, even from the very beginning stuff, like Ned Stark talk about winter is coming and all of these things, and where is it now? It's all gone. And
springtime.
Yeah, it's like. Nobody's remembering anything about what happened. Sure, there were people that died, but they were just B level characters, like Drunk was saying. And Winterfell looks like it's hunky dory, and there's no snow or anything. So it's just like I feel like they just kind of try to clean that up as fast as they could, just to move on to the final showdown with Cersei and stuff. But it's just weird. It's weird stuff.
Yeah. Hey, just I was gonna add with the dragon stuff and like the teleporting, all that. Like, once you get to Dragonstone, I was looking at what do you call it? A map of Dragonstone from King's Landing. I didn't realize it was an actual island. And yeah, it's like, how the hell do you ambush a chick with 2 dragons where she's way up in the air and they have a really tall castle that should at least have a skeleton crew manning the walls, especially the Unsullied, like they're trained to just be drones. So at least have like 20 people manning the facility, and they can blow a horn or shoot a fire arrow in the sky or whatever. It's like, hey, look out, people.
Yeah, right.
Like, man, watch that scene again. The way they show the sea, the way they show Dragonstone, they filmed it purposely to trick you. I keyed in on that scene because like Danny was just lingering looking at Rhaegal, and I'm like, oh, this is weird.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, good thing he's gonna rest. It'd be crappy if he oh shit, they just shot him. Okay, he's dead. Like
yeah.
It wasn't shocking, especially the way they filmed it. And yeah, anyone that doesn't notice that, rewatch that sequence, look at how they film it compared to other times. Then look at a map of Dragonstone. How the hell do you ambush when you have to swim all the way out there, or what do you call it? Drive a boat. I don't know what you say for driving a boat. Sail a boat all the way to an island. How do you ambush an island?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was. I mean, it was kind of expected when they showed Daenerys kind of looking at the dragon and stuff, and I was like, wait a second, something's about to happen right now, and then it did. So
I thought she was just gonna waste him with like some hot breath, but it's like she just kind of went her way. She just was like I don't know. She dodged all those arrows, and I guess she went to regroup.
I think she was taking some lessons from the Night King and decided just to stare at everyone.
Yeah, it was weird because John doesn't. John was there. No, John doesn't know, does he?
No, he's with his army.
Yeah, he doesn't know the dragon's dead, and he doesn't know. He doesn't know all that stuff. And man, they went to confront the castle with like 10 people. Like, what was that all about? Queen there could have just wiped them all out with arrows, and I was just kind of
exactly. Oh my god!
Just sitting there like that was kind of a weak move. As evil as she is, I thought she would have just opened fire, and she just could have killed off all those people. There was like 12 people there, 20 people there.
Yeah,
that kind of marched up at the end, and then like I'm just sitting there. They could probably wipe them out if they wanted to, but I guess she was making a statement, cutting off her friend's head. And now you got like these two queens that are just like, ooh, I'm going to get you. Ooh, I'm going to get you. Ooh, I'm going to get you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got Jon Snow like, hey, we just won and we're riding into town and we're going to get the next one. And you're like, you don't know what's going on. And he's going to come into just a big bag of mess.
Right.
And then you got the Hound and Ari. They just were like, yeah, we're done. Just going to trot away. Let's just trot away together and find out what new adventures we can have. I could see them like not coming back, and they have their spin-off show. Man. Just like spin-off show, helping the poor, trying to get some money, like helping the weak. Yeah. They just missed the whole battle. And
dude, they should totally do a Hobbs.
That's
Call it the Arya and the Hound.
Yes, that's the spin-off show right there. That's the spin-off show.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. This is just one of the weirdest things I've ever experienced. Like they cut off Missandei's head or whatever and stuff, and she died, but Tyrion was walking up to the castle wall, and I was like, oh man, is Cersei like gonna kill Tyrion right now? Like, I don't know, I'm just expecting something to happen.
They did that twice, dude.
Yeah.
If you watch on the boat, he almost gets shot and then he jumps off. And then, after you're scared of him getting shot, then you have the main staff break off and you're like, oh no, is Tyrion alive? And they cut away. And then he marches up and they, knock all their arrows. And it's like, why would she not kill him then? If she's just going to make this statement of like, screw off, we're going to war. Like, I don't care if we all die. You're not getting the seat. I'm not giving it up. Yeah. Why hold back and not kill your brother? Like, I don't get it. She hates.
Because she likes to see him suffer. She wants him to suffer. She wants him to suffer, and she wants to see him lose.
Well, yeah. But think about it this way: like with Tyrion's knowledge of King's Landing, along with being with Varys sneaking stuff in, being snuck out of King's Landing. He has a lot of inside knowledge. It would make sense to wipe him out and to throw off the counsel Daenerys gets. Especially that would leave just Varys counseling her, and he's at odds with her now.
Yeah. The most exciting thing about this episode to me was probably Tyrion and Varys kind of plotting together to what they're gonna do with Daenerys and stuff. That was probably the coolest part of the season or this episode for me, just because it felt the most kind of like what I love so much about Game of Thrones in the first place. But that was pretty much it. Let's see. Comrade Commodore gave a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, Comrade. Did I hear the TV wrong, or did they say the Dothraki are at half strength? Half? I think they did. They said something like that. There was only like half of them left, or half. What? I don't remember what they said exactly.
Yeah, I thought they just said it in the behind the scenes that they like wiped all the Dothraki out to throw Daenerys off, and then they're like, "Oh, they're half of them."
Yeah,
wait a minute.
That was really weird. I don't know,
because you never see them in the battle after they get wiped out. You never see any more Dothraki trying to flank the horde.
Weren't there like a few Dothraki that like came back after like all the lights went out when they were fighting the White Walkers? Like there was like, I don't know, it looked like there's like a handful of them or so that came back.
Yeah, it felt like there's like maybe 10 and like 2 horses. And
Yeah.
then they're like, oh, there's half of them left. From where?
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about the most saddest part of the entire episode? It's when Jon Snow looked over at his puppy and wouldn't even like pet his head goodbye. He just kind of like looks over at his faithful dog and wouldn't even give him a little pet or like like one last little stick throw or anything. He just kind of said he'll be better off with you, my friend. And he looked over and he's just like, the head nod, man. The dog doesn't want the head nod. The dog wants a playful rub, scratch his belly, hit him in that spot to make his foot like bang a little bit. I mean, like, what the heck, John?
Yeah.
Like that's like bothered me a little bit. I'm like, you gonna pet him goodbye at least? The dog like saved your life a million times. Come on, man. Least you could do is give him a little head rub. What's up with that?
He ain't got time for that, drunk 3PO.
Sure doesn't. He's got his mind on the queen. Got his mind on like some female, like messed his mind up. That's what happened.
See, I took it as they show him not go with Ghost. He leaves Ghost with Tormund, and they make the point of saying like, oh yeah, like Rhaegal doesn't need my extra weight. He's got to heal up at Dragonstone. They're centering him in between a Stark and a Targaryen. That's how I took it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's shedding a symbol, a dire. He's shedding a literal direwolf from his troop or whatever you want to call it. But he also didn't ride the dragon with Daenerys, so he's kind of stuck in the middle.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, let's see here. We have another $2 super chat from Kermit the Log. This season has flaws.
Wait. Who was that from?
Kermit the Log. Kermit the Log.
Is that real?
Yeah. Kermit the Log makes awesome. pretty great videos. So if you guys want to check out his videos are actually pretty hilarious. So yeah, he does some pretty awesome videos. This season has flaws, but I still enjoy it. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. I there's things I enjoy about this season for sure. But there are definitely a lot of things that I don't enjoy about this season as well. So it's kind of a mixed bag for me. And up to this point, I've pretty much enjoyed all of the seasons quite a bit. Like even 6 and 7, I was a pretty big fan of. But yeah, this last season, it feels almost Walking Dead-ish to me almost. Like, how like Walking Dead, like there's really nothing that ever really happens.
Yeah, exactly.
And it feels like they're kind of playing the Walking Dead trick with this season almost, which is just really weird to me. So
you know what it is, I think. It's probably a cluster of reasons, but one thing I've really noticed and why I really hate TV shows in general. Why it's like I told you, like, yeah, I only really watch The Office, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. I don't really know other shows. I just started getting into Sopranos. But shows, they usually are written by people that are really good at keeping stories going, writing plots that you could switch in and out any part of the show, really. And then they have to like bring other people in to like end the show, and then they usually get people that aren't good. So like as far as I know, they haven't got any extra writers to end the show. So you've had these guys that are good at sustaining and building this intrigue and stuff and playing off of Martin and his work. But now it's like, well, how do we end it? And it's weird too, because he got 6 episodes. You think they would be cramming too much into these episodes, but instead it's like, well,
that's what I thought was going to happen.
There's some good character interaction. I definitely want to get to the Jamie Brienne
The what?
thing. The Jamie Brienne thing. I've been waiting for that for years.
He finally got to tap that Brienne ass. So
it was his first time with a knight, apparently. First time with a knight. And then they made fun of him afterwards. They're like, "How did you climb the tree?" And like, yeah, they're all like talking. I was just like, Tyrion's like, "I've had tall jokes waiting forever." Like, I've had tall jokes. I'm like, wow, that's messed up. Messed up.
Dude, the way it turned, I thought maybe Jamie finally let go of Cersei, and because that was kind of what held him back from taking advantage of all the other ladies that noticed him, because he's handsome guy, he's renowned knight, what do you call it, Kingsguard and all that. He's got a reputation, and he's only had eyes for Cersei. And then he finally gives in with this woman that you've seen hints of respect and intrigue and interest over the course of the show, especially once he got his hand cut off and he started exposing his emotions to her. So I was waiting for that, and then he doubles back and he's like, "Oh, I'm hateful." It's like, are you though? And just like,
yeah,
I normally don't buy into the whole like, oh, they're meant to be and this and that, but I was like, no, what are you doing? Brienne's like bawling for you. She's finally found someone worthy, she thought, of her, and understood her, and then he's just abandoning her for this mad queen and Cersei, who I don't really feel is a pure villain. So however they enter, I think it's going to be a little different from how I perceived her the first 7 seasons.
Right. Yeah, seeing Brienne cry like that was pretty heart-wrenching.
That was different.
Yeah,
that was different.
It was. And then she did a really good job in that performance right there. That was pretty incredible.
I'll add one thing, Josiah, before you continue. This just adds to the disappointment of Phasma.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I thought that they were gonna do way more with Phasma, and they just didn't, which is really sad. I don't know, I guess like they kind of made it seem like she was gonna be such a big deal, and I was actually really excited to see what they were gonna do with her, and then I don't know, they just kind of ended her, and then that was about it. So it was weird.
So all these random solo people that are just hopping around are going to end up at the castle there, like at random times, like by themselves. Isn't that where Jamie's going to?
Yeah.
They're all like just heading back, like to the Arya and the Hound. They're all like going back, and like they're like, they have nobody with them. They're like going back by themselves.
Yeah.
So
wait, is Jamie like going back to be with Cersei? Is that what he's doing? It's kind of
it's hard to say. I mean, she's carrying his baby, so
I think he might kill her.
You think he's gonna kill her?
I think they're kind of trying to trick us, and they think like, oh, he's just he can't let go of the addiction of Cersei. They say that in the end credit stuff, but I really think he sees someone. I don't know. I think they're trying to subvert us with our expectations, and like, oh, he's gonna go back to who he's always loved. But it's really like he loves her, but he knows he has to end this for the good of the kingdom. That's what I think is gonna happen.
That's kind of what I thought was gonna happen too.
Wait, Cersei's carrying Jamie's baby or no?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But Euron thinks it's his baby.
Yeah.
Yep. She Yeah, she tricked him to thinking that it was his kid. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. The other thing that I kind of liked about this episode was they really are really playing this up with showing just how kind of crazy Daenerys is becoming with everything. Like even she's becoming more desperate, like trying to get Jon to not tell anyone what his lineage is and stuff. They kind of show her being like super jealous of Jon when all the other men that are around him are like praising him for being such a great leader and stuff. Um, they're slowly kind of showing her decline into madness, which is really cool, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She's extremely paranoid,
Yeah,
like of everything, and she's just like she's rushing to get to this throne so quickly that she's making mistakes because she feels like if she doesn't get it now, she'll never get it because everyone's gonna turn on her. I think we saw that when like everybody was drinking in Winterfell, like just having a good time, and she was like all alone with her little cappuccino cup. She was like all alone and like looking around and like I have no friends here. What's that? What the heck? Like no one's talking to me. No one's hitting on me. I just made a guy the Lady of Winter. I've been knighting people and giving them titles and whatever that is, and then she just gets mad and leaves.
yeah.
It's pretty. So yeah, I could see her madness falling into like this paranoia. Like everyone's out to get me. I have nobody left, and like the people that she was really close to are all dying.
Yeah, that's true.
So now she's got like
Missandei's like her most trusted follower and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. I really just that's kind of what I was hoping would be happening a little bit earlier in this season. I guess is kind of showing more of that type of stuff to kind of build for a really interesting climax between all the characters. But maybe I don't know. I really still think that it's going to end up. Do you think it's going to end up being like a three-way fight or something, maybe between like Cersei, Jon, and Daenerys? Kind of like a battle for the five.
I don't know. I think people are going to die, and like they're not going to realize they're dead. They're just going to show up. Like Jon will show up, and someone will already be dead, and he'll be like, "Well, what the heck happened? Where's my dragon? What the heck happened here?"
Right.
And Jaime might kill the queen, or she might kill him. And then the big tall woman, Captain Phasma is going to come back and like kill the queen. Like, who knows what they were going to do? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. At this point, I really have no idea. Like I will give them that. They have left it for me personally. I have no idea where they're going to go, and they could go at this point with everybody trotting along wherever they're going and everybody setting up over here, they could set it up any way they want. And Cersei could win. I mean, nobody wants her to win, but that's Game of Thrones. How Game of Thronesy would that be if she kills them all and goes, I win? How you like that? End of the show. Like everybody would hate that, but that's like at the end of The Sopranos. When Tony Soprano just walked into a place and got some pretzels, and that was the end of like the show, and you're like, what the heck? That's the end. Like, that's not what we wanted, but that's the nature of the beast.
Honestly, I would not even be mad about that because that's kind of what I love about Game of Thrones is that they just do things off the wall and stuff they don't expect. So if they did something like that, I wouldn't even be mad about that, to be honest.
Well, I learned that in the first episode when my brother was like, you got to watch the show. They were already on season 3. I haven't started yet. And I'm like, okay, so season 1, I'm into it. And I'm like, cool, Ned Stark, that's my guy. He's awesome. Oh, he's not your guy anymore. He's dead. I'm like, he's the fucking star of the show. What the heck is this show about? I'm not watching anymore. It's stupid. So like, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
If like that was...
exactly.
Yeah, I've always liked the show for that. I love the kind of I guess grand nihilist perspective of, especially even now where it's like they've baited us. They baited us with Ned Stark and his like good nature. They baited us with Robb and Catelyn. Jon Snow. They murdered him for a while. And now they got generally on the side of Daenerys and Jon. And they've put in all the work for the kingdom, so we just naturally feel inclined. Like they do all this work. Cersei's been sitting on her ass just plotting against them, to keep her seat, even if she has to be surrounded at the cost of all of her people. So they've baited you to root for them still. But we've seen time and time again, the whole Game of Thrones idea is like, you win or you die, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cersei keeps the throne, but I really don't think that's going to be the case. I really think it's going to be tragic. The Song of Fire and Ice, I really think it's going to be some sort of like three-way discussion of conflict of like Sansa, Jon, and Daenerys. Jon, of course, he could be the Song of Fire and Ice himself since he's a Stark and a Targaryen. And I could see, especially the way they filmed all three of them in frame during the feast, I could see them marrying both of them with Jon to unite the whole kingdom. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either if Jon and Daenerys like win, but then everyone's like, "Yay, Jon! You came with the army and saved us!" And then Daenerys like stabs her in the back, and she's the Mad Queen, or this is like known as like the Battle of the Mad Queens or something.
Yeah, exactly. I could definitely see something like that happening too. I think who was it? Wasn't it? I think it was Varys, right? Who was talking about how they should try to marry Daenerys and Jon to unite the kingdom and stuff. Like it was either, or I think it might have been Tyrion actually who was talking about that because he thought that was the best way to kind of stave off any conflict and stuff. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Darth Cavill gave a $2 super chat. Peter Dinklage for 2024. Yeah, I mean, that'd be funny. I guess the thing is that like there's some of these actors that are talking about how they want to run for president in the next few elections, which would be interesting. Honestly, like even Dwayne Johnson's like talking about it and stuff. And
I want to see The Rock versus Kanye.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
Wow, this conversation took a twist.
It's the Game of Thrones, Drunk 3PO.
Well, speaking of the game, this as a super Star Wars freak fanatic nerd, even though I'm wearing my Black Panther shirt for you, Black Angus, this actually makes me a little nervous for the Game of Thrones guys doing the Star Wars movie.
Yep.
Because they directed the several of the seasons with the writing basically already finished. So they didn't have to really write the story. They just had to like put the cinematography and the action and stuff, which is probably what they're good at. But if this is their writing now, it makes me a little Disney Star Wars makes me nervous in general, but this it makes me a little nervous how like and I could totally take this comment and say I was wrong. The last two episodes of Game of Thrones could come back and just be like, see, just why didn't you just wait? So, I'm not going to trash this season or anything until it's all over. And then I could kind of reflect on the whole thing. But these are the guys, they're writing it now and directing it now. And obviously it has a little bit of a different taste to it than seasons past. Maybe not a huge one, but and then I'm like, yeah, these are the guys that are writing for Star Wars coming up. So that I was hoping would redeem the Star Wars franchise. Not to take it off Game of Thrones, but it's just the same writers and stuff. So I don't know. It makes me a little nervous. We'll see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wakanda forever, Lonely Banter. Wakanda forever. I'm part of the tribe. Yeah.
You need to join the Black Angolian army.
LB who's in the chat is my Orlando brother, the Lonely Banter. So I appreciate him always coming to support everywhere. Us Orlando people got to stick together. He's got an incredible channel. Sorry for the plug on your stream, Josiah.
No, that's totally fine. Let's see here. Joe says we can now officially say the wokeness has infected Game of Thrones. Do you think the wokeness has infected Game of Thrones?
Yeah. I never was a fan of Arya, but I was like okay with her plot. I could see her as like a good feminist character, but then not just for the media covering it, like this is the scene that saved the entire thing, blah blah blah. But you got that, you got like true torture of like Theon, whatever. Sexual assault of Gendry by Melisandre. Who cares? Oh, it happens to Sansa. Screw this show. I'm never watching it. You got like politicians saying that and stuff. But also the way Arya, the way they wrote her story in that sequence to kill the Night King out of nowhere. It just really felt like forced feminism to me. It felt like a Mary Sue. I did a video showing like visual comparisons of key points of that episode with Last Jedi, and yeah, I really feel, especially with the way they're doing this whole like Arya just stops Jon Snow, this guy who's united the North and the wildlings together to fight the Night King and stuff, and then like Arya's just been gone to Bravos this whole time. She's like, we need to talk, and I'm just like, oh my god, I could see this being like a Mary Sue writer.
Yeah, but to play advocate, that is Game of Thrones though. Like that's the thing. They always mess you like going back to the first season. Like I was so invested in Ned Stark. And then like I was like angry watching the entire second season. Like I didn't care. I wanted everybody to die at that point. Yeah. And then I fell in love with the little, the little king boy. The king, the teenage. Oh God, what was his name? He was just the biggest brat.
Oh,
he was poisoned. Oh, what was his name? I thought his character was fantastic to be the king. I mean, everybody hated him.
Why can't I think of Joffrey? That's it. There you go.
Yeah, his character was fantastic. Like as far as a character in the thing, his character was fantastic, and the way he died and everything, I thought was I didn't expect him to go like that quickly. So that all those things, and then of course you had the Red Wedding. Didn't expect that one. That one like really messed me up, and so I'm like now it didn't surprise me that Arya killed. It didn't surprise me, and what was really surprising in this episode that they didn't really. I mean, they gave her like one little shout out at dinner, and like that was it. And you're kind of like, man, I thought they would have put her up like on like like on the high pedestal, and they were just like, "Hey, Arya, yay, drink," and then that was it. That was it. No big deal. Like it's over.
Yeah, they don't really the Night King, Night Walker, or the White Walkers. That's all just kind of old news now. Nobody really cares about that. They moved on to better things. So they don't really. It's just funny how like underwhelming everything is. Following everything that happened with like the Night King and stuff. Like it feels like nobody really cares about that stuff anymore. They just kind of moving on. So, but I didn't really have a problem with Arya being the one that killed.
I didn't either.
Killed the Night King.
I just wanted to see the Night King go like ninja, or just have like a sword fight with somebody instead of just kind of.
Well, that's what I thought they were gonna do with Jon. I thought that when Jon was like walking up to fight him and stuff, I thought they were gonna do some sort of at least semi cool sword fight or something between them, and that didn't happen. So
yeah, that's right. See, I wouldn't have mind if Arya, like I think we talked about this the other day, is when I wouldn't care if Jon and them went at it, and then Arya comes in the back and gives him like the stabs the king in the back. It didn't bother me that she was the one that did it. So that's me personally. I just felt like that's Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand that view, and if she was part of helping or whatever, or stabbing, that would be fine. But it just felt like there's certain times where like you got to build it, like you have a build up, and there's clips of Martin talking about this where it's like just because someone figures out your plot doesn't mean you change it just to be surprising. Or it's like you've set all these crumbs to make you think the butler did it, someone figures it out early. And then you're like, oh, it was someone else. It's like whether Jon would kill her or not, they've set it up where it's like they're going to confront each other. There's a personal investment with Jon this whole time. He's been resurrected to fight this guy. And then they never paid off with a real confrontation. Even him on the dragon, really, with the Night King in the sky. And that's why it's so disappointing. And then you have him just, getting pwned by the dragon, having to hide behind rocks and behind walls and stuff, and so he just never gets a chance to even like see Theon go. That's the guy who killed, that made him think Bran was dead. That killed, that betrayed Robb, betrayed his family, took Winterfell, killed the Maester. It's just like so many things they could have built off of with having Jon at least in that scenario. That's
Angus, I agree with you 100%. Like I said, I was so invested into Ned season 1. I was so invested into like Ned's wife and his family with the red wet. I was invested into Jon Snow when he died for a season.
Yep.
You know, I was just kind of like, huh? Forget it. I'm not falling in love with any character ever again because it just doesn't matter anymore. Let's just watch and hope that somebody, you know, when my man, like the guy with the speech impediment, you know, hold the wall, hold the door, Hodor. What is right?
Yeah.
hold on.
What do you have to die for, man? He ain't do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck, bro? I was invested in him. I thought he would live to the end because, you know, diversity, special, all that stuff. But no.
Yeah, I mean, I like
Goodbye.
the fact that they kind of kill people sometimes, even like some of the major characters, like unheroically and stuff too, which is cool. They should have. I don't know. I guess the only thing is that, you know, with the Night King and stuff, I don't have a problem with Arya being the one that killed him, and I thought that the whole twist of her killing him was great. I just would wish that they would have, I don't know, shown the Night King do at least something before he died. That was kind
That's all. Give us a backflip, man. Give us a little like let him walk past some people and stab them in the face.
back.
Something, man. Give me like a backspin. Give me a Chuck Norris, you know, sidewinder kick. Like something. Just one little thing is all I needed, but you know,
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, the other thing that was stupid with the Night King was, you know, sure, maybe there's some backstory. He's a Targaryen or something. That's why he didn't burn, or something about his magic kept him from burning. Fine, but he like looks at Daenerys smugly and smirks at her. It's like he didn't even do that at Hardhome. He just like stared Jon down and then like, you know, raised the dead, be like, "Come at me, bro. You're just gonna give me more people."
yeah,
And so it felt totally just off from what they built. And I was expecting some sort of flashback. I think we deserved a flashback of something that, you know, keyed you in. If he wasn't going to talk, something that told you his real motive or like his real intent or like why he's after Bran so much or something. And, you know, now Bran's just like, well, whatever. Unless they like, you know, twist it where it's like the Night King ends up being like Sauron and his essence is in like the imprint on Bran's arm or something, which would be out of nowhere and stupid at this point.
yeah. Oh man,
What
Speaking
about
of
all
Bran,
those? Oh, go ahead, Josiah. I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say, speaking of Bran, what did he do this episode? They showed him like in his like, pretty much the only thing they showed him was like in his wheelchair or whatever, and he was like talking about he was talking about his wheelchair or something like
Yeah,
that.
he was
It's
like,
the
yeah,
Targaryen
I like your
arm.
wheelchair I designed. Yeah, this wheelchair is 200 years old. It's a little more comfortable.
Yeah,
You know, let's go down to
wheel
Sears
off.
and let's not upgrade it. You know, at the new one at Sears or get a Segway. Let's keep the one that's 200 years old, that's creakly and crackly, and people have to push. You know, a little bit difficult. And like that was it. Then he's done.
Yeah.
I'm over. I'm just talking about my wheelchair.
What if that's just like the last time we see Bran?
Oh, what about the rumor that Bran becomes the new Night King to keep balance in
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I've heard about that rumor before and stuff, but at this point, it doesn't really seem like that they're really. It feels like they just kind of dropped the Bran now. I would not be surprised if that was the last time we saw Bran was him just riding away in his wheelchair or whatever.
Yeah,
Doesn't
see,
Bran have the one big secret of the blacksmith that he's one of the true heirs to the throne? Doesn't Bran have that secret?
But they already revealed that Gendry is a Baratheon, though.
Angus, is there any way you could turn yourself up, bro? I can't. There's people in the chat saying they can't hear you.
I'm on
Sorry.
I'm on
Didn't
my
mean to
phone.
cut you, my friend.
I'm on my phone, so it's like right by my face. So
Oh, I hear you.
yeah. No, but Bran, he already they already know who Gendry is, if that's who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like Daenerys even like made him the king of wherever that place is.
That's right. That's right.
Or the Lord or whatever. So, but yeah, do you think that's like it for Bran? Do you think that's the last time we're gonna see Bran for this season? It felt like they really kind of ended a lot of people's roles in the season. Like it showed like Tormund and Ghost and like Samwell and stuff all just kind of standing there. And that was kind of like their last shot for the season, probably for the show. So
That's a terrible way to go out. Like,
if that's the last time we see Bran, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, talking about your wheelchair. That's it. Like, what do you like plug in? Like, I don't know. Like, that's really odd to me.
It's over 200 years old. All right, bye now. All right, see ya. Have fun storming the castle.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
And they're
like,
gonna have him in the closing credits when they say goodbye to everybody, and he'll just have a thumbs up sitting in the chair,
I
like,
did my
"Good
part.
job."
I
turned into
no.
a bird during the battle for Winterfell.
No, he'll be like Deadpool in the credits for like Deadpool 2 or whatever, just popping up as like a cartoon. It'll be like Bran like all across the screen, his wheelchair, like flying or something for no reason. Or like he's tied like 50 ravens by the foot to his chair so he can fly away.
Last time we see him will probably be like if John's like king or something, he'll fly in and his wheelchair will be just flying on a bunch of ravens or whatever, and he'll be like, "You're a good man, Jon Snow."
Dead.
Yeah, they might put him on the dragon for like one last yeehaw ride, and it's like,
dude,
and it goes into the never-ending story. Sorry.
I always expected Bran to fly a dragon and possibly hook up with Daenerys after his injury because of I don't think it's completed, at least in the first 4 books, but the imagery with his dreams and stuff while he's, I guess, seeing that he's going to be the 3-eyed raven. I don't know if it's going to be in the books or not, but yeah, I always expected him to get on a dragon, especially when Daenerys had 3 at the time.
Yeah.
So that's been a real disappointment for like one of my theories. It wasn't even major, but it's like, oh, what if, he's like the unexpected king or leader because he's a cripple.
That's where I thought they were going for a bit there, because they really were building him up quite a bit over the last few seasons. There was like one season where he wasn't in it at all, but besides that, they've really been focusing a lot on his story and kind of his journey. And it was actually, I really thought that his journey for the most part was pretty cool. Seeing him trying to find his destiny and stuff, I thought that was really good. And
you know what's weird? If he can like tap into like time loops or whatever, like he did to Hodor years before he was born, then you would think he'd be able. It would go both ways of time. So like, why couldn't he see? I saw some rumor or some speculation that he like knew the future of Theon. That's why he's just like, yeah, you're a good man.
Yeah.
Bye. If that's the case, why isn't he with like Daenerys so she can like try to sear into the future and be like, oh, let me put some breastplate on my dragon,
I guess,
or something.
I guess we did see him in the one scene where he basically like told Jon that was his decision to tell his sisters about his truth or whatever. I think that was the only other scene we saw him in for this episode. But
yeah, it felt really lame. It's like, well, we don't really have any plans for Bran, so
yeah,
let's have him tell Jon that he can tell him something. It's like, what? Just have Jon, have some balls.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It's just really weird. If that might be the most disappointing thing to me. If that is the end of Bran's story, that would honestly be the most disappointing thing to me. It would be the most anticlimactic thing about this entire show.
Terrible.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, somebody push him down a mountain or something, man. Give him a little bit of like something at the end, or maybe he let him get possessed into like a bird, and just let him fly away. I don't know, man. Yeah, give him something. The wheelchair talk was horrible.
Yeah,
I agree. Now that you said that, Josiah, I'm like, yeah, that could be because everybody's staying. They're not. The soldiers aren't going with them for this big fight. So.
Yeah.
I mean, the soldiers are the only ones going with Jon. Everybody else is just kind of hanging back and going to go do their own thing and rebuild and figure out who's going to be the king or queen when this is all over. And Bran's just like, what's he going to do now? That's really weird. I'm actually looking and hoping for the biggest twist like ever. Like Tyrion was a spy the whole time for his sister.
Yeah, they
like something like that. Something where I'm like, holy crap, you played me like so much we couldn't even call it.
They need to do something like that at this point. They really do.
You know what needs to happen? I like 3PO's like bird idea for Bran, like shifting his essence to a bird and flying away or whatever.
I have good ideas, man. That's all I do. I have good ideas.
What we do is, it turns out Cersei has created so much wildfire. She's implanted it all across the kingdom. So if dragons burn anything, it's just like boom, and so it nukes all of Essos or Westeros. And so then Bran before shifts his essence, and then you have like this Forrest Gump type of thing where he's like, "I was flying," and that's like the end. Didn't see that coming, did you?
Oh man.
No, that's not true. But I'm looking for I'm looking for one of the biggest twists ever. Like, what if Jon Snow is actually in cahoots with Cersei's, and I mean something like that.
Yeah.
I would be like, I would hate it, but I would be like, oh, I'm on a roller coaster. Like that is unexpected. Or Jamie, is really in cahoots with the queen. I mean, it's just something.
Yeah,
they need something. I ain't see that coming. That was a punch right in the face.
They need to have a twist that just breaks the internet by the end of the show. For sure.
They're gonna have a twist, and it's like the behind the scenes is like, so we didn't really know what we're doing, so we'll see y'all for the actual final season next year.
Yeah. Oh man. Kermit the Log gave a $2 super chat. A woman who won't smile will win. I think that was she was talking Arya. He was talking about Arya back when we were talking about Arya and stuff. So yeah.
Oh no, I was thinking of Captain Marvel popping into the universe.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man.
I'm going to end your war, Josiah.
I heard all you white men need saving. I'm here to save you. I am Captain Marvel.
Pretty sad.
Thank you for that super chat, Kermit the Log. I really appreciate that. Did you guys watch the teaser for the next episode?
No, I don't know why I don't like doing that, but please enlighten me. Walk me through it.
The only thing that I have a question about for the next episode, which for the teaser they really didn't show anything that really is going to happen. Like didn't really seem like anything exciting was going to happen just by the teaser, but who knows? But besides that, like the final shot of the teaser showed what's his face, the pirate dude or whatever, or was it the pirate dude? Yeah, it was. He was just like looking up to the sky for some reason, like there's something crazy that's going to happen. But I don't know if that's just going to end up being just Drogon or something. It's probably not anything that exciting to get excited about, but I was just curious, like, what he was doing with that. Like, why was he just looking up into the sky, looking completely shocked and all of that? But it's probably just going to be Drogon, probably at this point. I mean, I don't know. Nothing that exciting, probably, but just makes me wonder what that whole deal was.
Man, two episodes left.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about the teaser. It was pretty chaotic and didn't really tell anything besides, well, Jon gets to some battle and there's the Golden Company fighting and yada yada. But one thing I've always focused on that I've never like looked into to address or heard anyone address is where do dragon eggs come from? Because you got one left, and this dragon better be asexual.
Yeah, right.
Reproduce asexual like a worm or something. Otherwise, the whole appeal of dragons is it's about to burn out with Drogon.
Yeah. But I mean, have they ever said anything about if there is any other dragons, or are these the last ones?
Interesting. I don't know.
I thought they were the last because they're like, oh, dragons died out, and they came from Essos. I was looking into it. So I'm doing a video about how so far at least this episode confirms they don't know what the hell they're doing with their two villains, the Night King and Cersei. Especially when they've built them up and stuff. But yeah, I was watching stuff about like the Night King's history and dragons and stuff, and I was trying to figure out like, well, like, how do they reproduce? Is it, like normal lizards or what? What's the pathology? Because otherwise, there's going to be no more dragons. I think it's like a sad part of this progression because given the names, I didn't think any of these dragons were female.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they weren't. Yeah, I think this could be the end of the dragons, and I think that will probably be because George R.R. Martin said before that like dragons were the reason why Westeros has just continued to be kind of medieval type of world and stuff. It's never progressed really technologically because of dragons. So I wonder if like this being the end of the dragons, if that's going to be kind of like what kicks off the progression of I don't know, humanity or whatever and stuff.
It wouldn't surprise me if they tease at the very last episode like some kid digging a hole and finding dragon eggs or something.
It could be the Broom Kid. Oh my god,
Broom Boy.
Broom Boy.
Well, you know, oh, man, you made me lose my train of thought.
What a great idea.
They should have Broom Boy come back at the end of Game of Thrones and find a dragon egg.
No, you know what they should do? Because I really hate that this detail is there of like, yeah, dragons really kept, you know, society back and from progressing. So like the next Game of Thrones, it'll be like a sequel. So far in the future, it'll be like Game of Thrones, but like there's nothing really magical. It's like Industrial Revolution, steampunk Game of Thrones. Like, what the hell is this? You know, like
yeah.
Who greenlit this?
Oh, man. Steampunk Game of Thrones. What a show that would be. Holy crap.
Well, there's this weird steampunk band someone keyed me in on. It's called like Steampunk Giraffe or whatever, and they do a lot of cool odd covers. So I'm just imagining like that, but a Game of Thrones show. I'm just like, oh, it's awful. That would get all the Hot Topic people just like in a frenzy. They'd be like, yay!
Yeah, right.
Do you think this dragon's going to survive?
No, I don't think so. I think Drogon's going to die. I don't know how he's going to die, but I think he's going to die. So,
man, we don't even get like one like town torched.
I know. Yeah.
You don't think so, Josiah? We're not going to get like one.
I don't know. I mean, I think Drogon will probably help with. I wouldn't be surprised if Daenerys just snaps and just starts killing all the people in King's Landing and stuff, because that's kind of like what Cersei's kind of riding on is Daenerys not doing anything like that because she doesn't want to kill innocent people. But I kind of think that Daenerys is just gonna lose it and just use Drogon and just start killing everybody. So I could definitely see Drogon having some sort of final rampage or something before being taken out. And maybe it's gonna be someone like Tyrion who takes out Drogon. Maybe Tyrion's gonna be like, this woman's insane and she's killing everyone in King's Landing. I gotta take out the dragon. And so maybe someone like that's gonna take out Drogon. That'd be kind of cool.
See, I really think Daenerys is going to inherit the legacy of was it Aerys II, whatever, her father, the grandpa, the Mad King, where he's like, oh, you know, when he dies, he's like, burn them all. And Cersei's made this deal. I'll have to go watch the show again the last couple seasons, but if I remember right, she was like prepping with like wildfire after destroying the Sept. So
right,
I can see her like rigging the city of like, well, if I go out, this whole city's gonna burn, and I'm gonna, you know, in my death, I'll incriminate you, and you'll never be a loved queen either. You know, she's spiteful in death. I can see that, or that happening, and Daenerys doesn't give a shit because she wants the throne so bad that she goes, you know, there's a madness to her to get it. And maybe there's like a tragedy of like Jon having to kill her or kill them together, whatever. I really don't think it'll get that sappy, but I wouldn't be surprised given like the Song of Fire and Ice. I think when they kill the Night King, I always thought it was something to do with like Jon and one of the ladies, or all three of them, or whatever.
Yeah. So I heard that there was like some potential like spoilers out there for like how the show ends or something. Is that true?
Your boss Jeremy tweeted about that. I mean, did a video on that.
Yeah, I saw he did a video, and I didn't watch it though.
I did not see it though. I didn't watch it. So
yeah, I'm curious like what those rumors are. like how it ends and stuff.
Yeah, they say if it's true, it's really sad ending for the show.
Should I
So
try to look it up here?
I don't care. I just it doesn't bother me. I just thinking is like you had like a year off to do like 6 episodes.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
what?
You took a whole extra year to work on this season.
Like we're all a year older waiting for this, and you're kind of like, here it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess that could be another reason why our expectations are not met, because they ended this season so well, and then you're just kind of like, it's coming, man. And everybody, you had a year and a half to talk about it and rumor about it and theory, have your own theories and meet up with like there's a bar down here, like a Game of Thrones bar where everybody meets up. I haven't gone. I need to go, but it's like Sunday nights. Like I go to sleep pretty early, and then but it's just like people hang out and talk, and so you got this whole year build up, and then it finally comes on, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, that's about a season 5, like nothing, and I don't think it's like horrible. Like for me, I'm not, Doomcock is really mad, and hey, man, your opinion. If you hate it, that's your thing. I'm not faulting you for it. Be mad. And I'm not like that mad about it. I'm not Last Jedi mad about it, but I thought it could be better. Like personally. I mean, I'd give it a solid 7.
Mm-hmm. I'm not like mad about this season. I'm just disappointed more so than anything. I'm disappointed and maybe a little underwhelmed, but I wouldn't say I'm like necessarily just flat out angry with it or anything.
You know what might be wrong is there's a couple examples. I was watching behind the scenes, and I've wanted to do a video about this about Star Wars in general for Disney owning it, but there's a lot revealed, I think, kind of unknowingly in the behind the scenes for Force Awakens, and you get a lot from Lawrence Kasdan, the guy who wrote Force Awakens and Empire Strikes Back, and he's talking about how when he wrote Empire, he had no expectations. He just wrote a follow-up to Star Wars and whatever, so he had no like real feedback to go off of. But then afterwards, he's made like the most iconic script for Star Wars, and now he's coming back, and so he has a lot of expectation and stuff. And as opposed to just writing, not knowing any feedback to go off of to skew your vision.
Yeah.
Now he's got the legend to him that he's trying to match.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with Stranger Things in a smaller degree. Although, even though season 2 is probably not as good as the first one, it was still pretty solid. But, they knew like, oh, we didn't know people would care about Barb and this and that from the first season. So like we had a lot to work with from the crowd on our second season compared to the first. And I think that might be, especially with the year extra they had to make this. If they might have had to like had a sooner deadline, maybe they would have pumped out something under that anticipation that might have been better, or it could have been worse. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But hey, I'm gonna be right back. I'm going to check that video so I can just give you all the rundown. And if you're interested for the Jeremy video, it'll take me out of here for a few minutes.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I just kind of looked up the leaks online and stuff, and they kind of seem like they might be like legitimate leaks. So I'm not necessarily sure if I want to look too much into it, because I'm not sure if I want to get spoiled with how things end. So
with the crappy ending.
Yeah. So I'm not interested in seeing the stuff if it's actual legitimate leaks, which it looks like it is. So
all right, then we will not spoil.
Okay.
The last.
Let's see here. Lou says, "Hey, dude, had any water today? Did you see the Starbucks coffee cup in the last episode?" Yes, I did, and I'm glad they got some sponsorship in there. That's pretty great for them. And I am drinking water right now. Thank you for that, Lou. Lou is my is the one who keeps me accountable with my water and stuff. So I appreciate that, Lou. Thank you so much. Micah Donovan says, Josiah, drunk 3PO, missed you guys. Black Angus 2? He put you at the end. Do you see that, Black Angus?
Yeah,
he put you at the end again.
It's like, oh, that guy as well. Okay.
Oh, I guess I better talk about the black guy, too.
I'm freaking Melisande in this crap.
But thank you for that, Micah Donovan. Weren't you weren't you in the hospital or something, Micah Donovan? Or I thought you were sick, or you were in the hospital or something. Maybe I'm getting you mixed up with somebody else, but I thought you were gone for a while because of something. But either way, I'm glad to see you in the chat. It's nice seeing you again.
I think he lives close to me.
Micah Donovan does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think he's in Central Florida somewhere.
Yeah.
One day when I become as big as Josiah, I'll have a meet and greet.
Ooh, there you
Buy
go.
everybody a glass of water with lemon. So, yeah, he's 10 minutes away from me. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh wow.
So is the Lonely Banter and a few others.
Wow.
So we'll get the I'll get premium lemon in your water. Premium. So
Hey Josiah, I was just curious. Did you ever apologize to the blind community?
Nah.
About your appropriation?
Nah. I'm an Easter worshiper. I don't need to apologize for anything.
Yeah, I threw that joke in there for you. I realized that. But I was like, Easter worshipers were done.
Frank the Bunny says, I think they're legit leaks. Some of them came true last episode. If that's the case, then yeah, I'm not interested in looking at them or anything because I don't know. I still want to hopefully be somewhat surprised. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. We'll see what happens though. Let's see. Lemon water is good. I do like lemon water a lot.
that's a high quality.
It is. That's my favorite way to drink water. So I really do like that a lot.
You should try cucumber watermelon.
Oh, I think I have tried that before. I've tried cucumber before, and that's super good too. We use cucumber sometimes with our water here because we have terrible city water. So throw some cucumbers in there, and that really takes the chlorine taste out of it. So that really helps a lot.
Yeah, I'm actually drinking black root cherry tea. It's supposed to help with I don't know. It's supposed to help something. Maybe give me diarrhea. I don't know, something like that. But it's supposed to help me with something.
Are you a little constipated right now? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm flowing fine, man. I've had no problem. No issues this week.
This week.
Oh my god, this could be like a great drunk 3PO Law and Order bit where it's like, do you have diarrhea? And I was like, dun, 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 dun. Drunk 3PO asked the hard-hitting question.
Oh, super chat time.
Oh my goodness. Micah Donovan swooping in with a $20 super chat. Let me buy Josiah some more water. I'll buy yours in person, drunk 3PO. Oh man. Well, Micah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I can never live.
I don't have to buy water, but I do buy like flavoring stuff for water because I can't drink our water. It's terrible. So I do buy like water flavoring and stuff like that. And that really helps a lot. I've been drinking like 3 or 4 of these a day now, and so I went from drinking like maybe like a glass of water like once a day to once every other day to like drinking like 3 or 4 of these a day. So I've been stepping up the game with the water. So that's been good. So
can I, Micah and Lonely Banter, since you guys are all part of my Central Florida crew, I got 3 weeks left of school and then I have summer break. So why don't we, over the summer, I'll meet you guys up at Disney Springs and we'll just hang out.
There you go. Fan meetup.
I'll say.
You guys could get Drunk 3PO's autograph.
And possibly a selfie.
Ooh, that costs extra though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to order me like more than an appetizer for that. I'm not cheap. I'm not a cheap date.
Alkaline water. What's alkaline water? I don't think I've ever heard of alkaline water before. What is? I gotta look this up now. What the heck is alkaline water? Sounds dangerous.
Super chat time.
Sounds like lead poisoning or something.
Micah asked me if I passed my hour super chat. Yes, I'm currently in the review process for my channel. So once they say, yes, you can have super chats, or no, your channel sucks. We don't want to put advertisements on your thing. I'll let everybody know. So we'll.
Alkaline water is water that's less acidic than regular tap water. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. Because I grew up drinking well water, and I really miss well water a lot. Well water is the best in the world. So I do miss it a lot, and now I have to drink this crappy city water. But thankfully there's a thing called water flavoring, which helps a lot. So, Lou, thank you for that $4 super chat. Let me buy you a lemon too. Well, thank you. I will go buy a lemon tonight for my water. And maybe I'll even show it on the next live stream, me squirting a lemon inside of my water. Just for you, Lou. Just for you. Thank you for that, Lou. I appreciate you always taking care of me and my water intake. And thank you once again, Micah, for that insane $20 super chat. You are awesome. And that'll really help. That'll really help me restock on my water supply. So thank you for that.
Hey,
man.
Josiah, I was going to ask, did you see who you were cast as in the in Game of Thrones? And if so, what'd you think?
Who did I think about the cast?
Yeah, like who I cast you as in this.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen your video yet. That you put that out already, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little late because of the show, but yeah.
Oh man, who do I think you cast me as?
I know.
Man, I don't know. I kind of I don't want to give
probably
myself like any like huge awesome characters or anything, because that's gonna make me look very conceited.
Drunk, who did you think I gave you?
To me?
Yeah, who you expected me to give you before you saw?
Jamie, I thought.
Really? Why'd you think
I thought I was gonna be Jamie or oh gosh. Who was the other guy who died? No, the red-haired Viking guy. What's his name? Who like
Tormund?
The red-haired guy that slept with the giant, that killed the giant. Yeah, him.
Tormund.
I thought I was gonna be him because of the drunk, the drinking, all that stuff. I thought that was gonna tie in.
Well, I did utilize that, but I spun it clearly a lot more to fit with EVS's tier.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was great.
I kind of have a feeling that you probably made me like one of the, I don't know, like maybe one of the younger characters of the show, like maybe like Podrick or Gendry or something like that. Maybe it's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. Kind of one of the fresh bloods. The fresh bloods of the show.
The Lily Banter wants to know if he was Grey Worm.
No, I didn't know of Lonely Banter till after already. You got to think. I actually cast almost everyone on this list back in, like, right after I did Saint Germanus, and so I had like a list of characters and a list of people I was associated with, like Drunk 3PO and everybody. That was like split. We're like, these are people remaining from the show or from YouTube. Can I cast any of them? Do any of them fit? So yeah, I've had this mostly cast for about 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, Lonely Banter, we got to get to know you, because if you really jump into this community, we want to make sure you're not offended by what could happen. Which I think you'll be fine, but yeah.
Lonely Banter has 3.8 thousand subs. That's pretty awesome. Good job on that, man. That's awesome.
His content is funny. He covers a lot of stuff. I like his NBA stuff because I'm a basketball nerd.
Okay.
So, but
cool. I'm gonna check out your channel, Lonely Banter. I want to check it out for sure.
Yeah, he does a lot of. I think his degree is in like computer stuff. So
okay.
He knows how to like do all that computer editing and everything. It's pretty
nice.
But Josiah, of course, I want to know your take once you see it. But I definitely want to know what you think of Jeremy's casting. I think you'll get a kick out of
that. Yeah, I'll probably watch it like right after we get done streaming here. So let's see. Cass says, "I'm Brienne. I'm big woman as her." So And then let's see, Mike Donovan says, I'm more like Hodor. Which that could be taken in all sorts of different directions. Are you like Hodor mentally? Are you Hodor like inside? Or we did get to see like a really big schlong on Hodor one.
Yeah, I was about to say, or the penis part.
Or are you saying that you're hashtag above average? Very above average.
Yeah, so the whole point of the wildling is like, oh, hello, Hodor.
Yeah, Cass has got me as Jaime Lannister or Littlefinger. It's the gray hair that I've always had like my whole life.
Yeah,
I got a little bit of the Doctor Strange. I don't know, man. I had this in high school.
Really?
Yeah, I've had gray hair. I've had like the salt and pepper.
Wow.
Like you could tell, like I have some older pictures of me where I dyed it, and you could totally tell, like, dude, you're like 19 and you dye your hair. What's wrong with you? So I was like, yeah. So I finally like just let it go. I don't know. This is one of those types.
Did you have a lot of cracks about like trying to date someone, or like, oh, get away from me, grandpa?
No, man. Like I don't know. Like the girls like the salt and peppery look. They thought most people thought I dyed it gray when I was younger.
Wow.
So they thought I actually put gray in my hair, and I'm just like, no, this just is what it is.
I'm just the wisdom beyond the ages. So
yeah, it's weird you say that, Drunk, because I keep finding these, randomly. I keep finding these weird, like, I call them plastic hairs because the texture is even different. In my beard, I'll find these like white hairs that like you don't never see, and then out of nowhere, it's longer than the rest of the beard hair. It's like
the random growth hair. Yeah, I don't care. I am what I am, and I don't know. I'm the most handsome man on YouTube, so
yeah,
take it for what it's worth.
Yep. Well, you should be Podrick then, because Podrick's the one that's always getting all the girls and stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
They give him a refund for the good service.
It is true.
Oh man.
But my friends, I have to dip out of here. I'm picking up somebody. I have to go do something for someone. So
sounds good. I'm actually going to end the stream now. So
okay.
Yeah, it was a good stream. I think we talked about pretty much all we needed to talk about with this episode of Game of Thrones. Hopefully we'll have more crazy stuff to talk about from the next episode. But yeah, I don't know. This season's been kind of slowly putting along, so we'll see. So thank you all for your amazing generosity. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all of the super chats. Thank you for all the comments. All of you guys are amazing, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, I hope all of you have a fantastic night. Do you guys want to say any last words before we dip out of here?
No, Josiah. Oh, go ahead, Angus. Go ahead.
Oh boy.
I was gonna say sub me or you're racist.
Let me Cass, if you could drop a link to Black Angus, because he's begging for that. So let's gotta get him over that 1,000 line. He's almost there. He's slowly getting there, slowly but surely.
Yeah, it had some good growth, and then I've just like been stuck at like 898 for like a couple weeks. And it's like, ugh.
It happens.
Yeah, it does. It does. I have some days where I just get like, it's really weird. Like some days I get like a good amount of subs, and then other days I get like maybe one sub. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. Just depends on the day. So
definitely happens.
Do you want to say Drunk 3PO?
Yeah, man, Josiah, thank you again, man. I really appreciate you always like looking out for us smaller channels and letting us on. No, seriously. But seriously, like it's awesome. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I just really enjoy talking with you guys about these things. It's really fun. So, and yeah. So thank you all. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have a fantastic night, and we'll talk to you later.